What is up, guys? For another video, and today I've got another career mode experiment for you guys. Today we're going to be seeing what would happen to the Premier League if there were no players outside of Europe. So you may have seen this before on previous FIFAs, but I think I'm the first to do it on FIFA 19. So if you haven't already, please do go subscribe. But what I have done is I've taken out all the players from South America, Africa, Asia, all the rest. They're all gone, so it's only European players left. And to see how that affects the Premier League. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you through all the squads, but if you haven't already subscribed, any support is hugely appreciated. We're only just over 100, so any support to make sure we're safe on that 100 mark, hugely appreciated. But let's get into these teams and show you how they're all looking. Okay, so starting off with Arsenal, they haven't been affected too badly actually. They've lost Aubameyang, but other than that, not too many major players lost. It's only Iwobi, Pereira and Elneny leaving the club for them. For Bournemouth, the only player they've lost is Jefferson Lerma, so not much change for them. For Brighton, there's 3 or 4 players gone. They have lost their main keeper in Matty Ryan. Obviously, he is Australian. They've also lost Iscudero and Johan Bach, 2 of their main wingers. They've also lost a couple of others. They lost Bong, they lost Kaya and a couple of others, but no huge changes to this squad. For Burnley, they've gone full Brexit and haven't lost a single player. Literally not one. The whole squad is European. At Cardiff, they've lost Junior Hoylett on the left wing and Manga at the centre-back spot, so not too much for them either. Okay, at Chelsea, it appears that we have lost just all our liabilities. Willian's gone, David Luiz is gone, and we lost a couple of fringe players in Caballero, and I think Victor Moses is another big one. We lost Victor Moses as well, but not too many hits compared to some of the other big teams. And I actually rate Willian and Luiz, so losses in that respect, but still, most of the Chelsea squad looking pretty strong. I'd say they're definitely one of the favourites to win. Crystal Palace have actually been hit quite hard, not in the fact they've lost a lot of players, but they've lost their talisman in Wilfried Zaha, so we'll see how that affects their season. Everton have had bad luck. They've lost 4 key first 11 players, Mina, Bernard, Richarlison, and the player that's gone out of my head, Idrissa Gueye, have all been kicked from the squad. 2 departures from the Fulham squad being Selly and Vieta, the centre mid and striker. The big loss for Huddersfield is Aaron Moy. They've also lost Steve Mooney and Ramadan Sobhi, so a lot of their attacking threat has been taken away. From the Leicester squad, they've lost Ndidi, Iheanacho, Amati and their captain Wes Morgan. Okay, the team that has been hit the hardest, Liverpool, have been struck down 100%. They've lost all of their main front 3, Mane, Firmino and Salah, as well as some of their midfielders. Fabinho's gone, Alisson's gone, Keita's gone, Matip's gone. They have been hit very, very hard. Arguably the hardest by this cut of non-European players. So they, honestly, I could see them finishing 7th or 8th with this squad. So watch this space. Another one of the title contenders, City, they're strong around most of the pitch. They're good depth, but they've had both their strikers taken away in Jesus and Aguero, and they've also lost their keeper in Edson, so 2 big losses there. They've also lost Fernandinho and Otamendi and Mahrez as a couple of others to list, and Danilo as a couple to list as other losses for them. Like Chelsea, Manchester United have lost a couple of players around the squad, but for the majority, they've still got a strong team with Sanchez, Fred, Valencia, Rojo and Romero, the players being cut from United. They could be relegation candidates. Newcastle have lost a lot of players. Kennedy, Rondon, Muto, Key, Diame and Yedlin all cut from the squad for Newcastle. I think we could see them struggling this year. A fairly European-based squad for Southampton. The only loss is going to be Lamina. Spurs are kind of sitting in the middle, to be honest. They haven't been as hard as City or Liverpool, despite losing a number of players. The depth has worked. They haven't been hitting exactly the same spots, but they're not as strong as City as Chelsea and United. They've lost Lucas and Son, both their main wingers, Wanyama, Aurier and Davinson Sanchez. So a number of players lost, but they've still got a pretty good team, I would say. Roberto Pereira, the only big loss for Watford. Other than that, it's really squad players like Gomez and Britos, the only losses for them. West Ham could be in trouble. They've lost a number of good players. Felipe Anderson's out the squad, Lanzini's out the squad. They've lost Zabaleta and Masuaku in their main four. They've also lost Winston Reid, and there's one other player that's gone from my mind. They have also lost Balbuena, another centre-back, and Carlos Sanchez of Colombia. So big losses for West Ham. Finally, we've got Wolves' heavily Portuguese squad. Now, they're pretty strong, other than in the striker spot, where they didn't have a lot of depth. They only had Jimenez and Bonatti. Both of them were South American. have been cut from the score. It means they've got a 58 rated player up front, which is going to be tough when it comes to scoring goals. So, you never know, they could be in trouble. Okay, so quickly, before we do start getting into the sim, now I'm going to show you my predictions for the top 4 and the bottom 3. Starting off with the top 4, I predict United will come out on top. I think they still have a fairly strong squad despite the cuts. I think they're still looking very good to shout title and probably win. Then I'd say Chelsea would be my bet for second place. Still looking like a very strong squad. Still got Hazard, still got Kante, still got Aspilicueta, still looking very, very strong. Then third place, just ahead of Arsenal, I'm going to give it to Tottenham Hotspur. I think their team is still looking very strong as well. The depth has helped them out. Other than Kudo on the left wing, still a very, very good team. Then Arsenal are going to be my fourth place team. Maybe lacking a little bit of depth compared to some of the other 3. So they're on my top 4. But in relegation, in no particular order, the 3 I'm saying may well go down. Brighton, the lack of a world-class keeper, a Premier League class keeper, I think will hit them hard. Then also Cardiff are going to be my second guess because they've lost a few players, but even so, Cardiff always struggle in the sims. And then third and finally, it's going to be Huddersfield. I think they've lost a number of key players, and I think the lack of attacking threat in their team is going to cost them dearly. Even though Wolves don't have a 58 rated striker, the rest of their team is very, very strong, so I think they'll just stay up. But let's get into the sim. Okay, so first 2 months into the Premier League, and Burnley, the only team not to lose a player, is unbeaten. I haven't touched this. I have not touched it at all. They're unbeaten, the team that I chose. Let's see how my predictions go on. United are top, I did say that. Liverpool going strong despite their losses surprised me. Everton surprises me as well. Spurs and Arsenal and Chelsea all lower than I thought, but haven't seen City. City are bottom of the league. Oh my good God. Manchester City are getting relegated. Okay. That's a new development. Are we going to see City go down? So in terms of my predictions, United are the only one that I guessed so far in the top 4. In the bottom 3, I did say Huddersfield. Cardiff are sitting in 12th. And who was the third team I said? I can't remember for the life of me. Was it Brighton? It was Brighton are sitting near the right. But City are bottom on 2 points. That's mad. Anyway, let's get to January. What an insane start to this. Wow. Okay, the final results. I've not seen them yet. I've just got onto the calendar. Let's find out how everyone's done in the league. So, not going to look on there. We're going to go straight. We're in mid-table, okay? So that's good. We can't see too much on the relegation. So we're going to start. We'll start from the middle from what we can see. So West Ham gets 7th, Bournemouth 8th. Decent performances from both of them. Fulham in 9th and a decent score as well. 10th was Liverpool. Really dropped down as I expected. Around where I said they'd be, to be fair. That strike force loss has cost them. I still have Sturridge, Origi and Shaqiri, which is alright. Burnley in the full European in 11th. Then Watford sitting 12th. Wolves 13th. Palace in 14th. Newcastle in 15th. We're going to stop it there. We'll see the relegation in a minute. Now, Arsenal finished in 6th place. Bit lower than I expected, but that means Leicester jumped up out of nowhere at the end of the season. Leicester flown up into 5th place, just missing out in Champions League. Everton get the first of those spaces with me. That I have got the top 3 all correct. Let's see if I got them in the right order. I said United, Chelsea, Spurs. Let's say Arsenal, didn't get that, but 3rd place is Chelsea, 2nd place Spurs, and 1st place is United. I did get ultimately 1st place right. Didn't quite get City and Spurs. Chelsea and Spurs right. Well, let's see. Did City get relegated? 16th place. It's Cardiff. So that's wrong from me. 17th, Southampton. That means we know our relegated 3. Huddersfield, Brighton and City. Were they rock bottom? Huddersfield 18th. Only missing out on safety by a point. They didn't finish last. Brighton finished bottom. They were the 2 teams that lost all their main keepers. And they both suffered badly from it, as you can see. But there you go. Take a look at the scorers. Next up, City, Huddersfield and Cardiff, the 3 going down. So I've got 3 out of 4 of the top 4 and 2 out of 3 in relegation, which is pretty good. Kane finishes top scorer with 25 from 38, followed by Lukaku and Tosin on 19 apiece. Hazard and Arnautovic scoring strong for their teams. Then got Shaqiri, Wilson, Wood and Terence and Jota finishing off the top 10. Good news, Lookman really dropped off in the second half actually, but assists, it's Callum Wilson and Robbie Brady that top it. Mesut Ozil and Sigurdsson both known for assists, following up on them. Then Kepa dominates the Golden Glove, he gets 16. Now, Smithies and Cardiff actually did quite well. They got 8 clean sheets, which is pretty damn good, but did sit Muric, who was their keeper, managed to get 3 clean sheets in 37 games. That was City's problem right there. That was City's problem. I don't know how many goals scored and conceded, but I bet it was a lot. 76 conceded by City is very, very bad indeed. They had the worst goal difference, 34 scored only, and 76 conceded. Let's take a look. Were there any shockers in any competitions? In the FA Cup, most importantly. Let's see actually, who won the Carabao Cup? Burnley won it. They beat Spurs on penalties, and they beat Arsenal away goals. Big wins for them, but FA Cup. Did we get any shocks starting off in the third round? I want to see. I think there will have been a few because of the switches, but let's find out. One load of replays there. City lost to Derby straight off the bat. That's a big one. Fleetwood beat Liverpool. Fuck me. Fleetwood beat Liverpool. Any other shockers in the third round? Looks like no. Final page now. No other shockers in the third round. Any in the replays? Okay, Sheffield Wednesday knocked out Watford, to be fair to them, so a decent result for them. Then in the, what is that, the last 32, I found correct. Yes. Any shockers? I'm checking all of these because I think there's going to be some big ones. Fleetwood, who knocked out Liverpool, get knocked out by Derby. Arsenal beat Fulham. Chelsea beat Exeter. No real shocks by the looks of things. Blackburn knock out Newcastle, that's one. Any others? Cardiff managed to get through past Luton on the second attempt. In the last 16 now. Any shocks? Burnley drew with Nottingham Forest actually in that round. But looks like no major shocks here other than the 5th round replay we're getting. No. Looks like we've got all Prem teams left when we get to the quarterfinals, which apparently don't exist. There we go. They do it. It's an all Premier League affair. Wolves, Arsenal, Everton and Chelsea making it to the quarters. Then Chelsea and Everton in the final. And the winners were Chelsea, a 1-0 victory over Everton finally in the Champions and Europa League. For this video, Bayern Munich won. But let's see how Man United, they got to the semi-finals, to be fair to them, losing on penalties. So these results, they knocked out of Valencia and Napoli. So they actually did all right. The other three all going home early. But let's see. In the Europa League, we go straight to the group stages actually to see how Chelsea and Arsenal did. Arsenal did manage to get through their group, but they had some quite weak teams in it, to be fair to them. So I've been surprised if they've messed out on that. West Ham, though, lose out to Dynamo Kiev and Stade Rennais, and see Chelsea even get through their group comfortably. In the last 32, Bordeaux knocked out Arsenal. One of the strongest squads, they still lost out, to be fair to them. Not a great result there. Chelsea beat Schalke then, and Liverpool beat Lazio. We still have 2 representatives from England, West Ham and Arsenal, and Spurs all going home. Then, in the last 16, we're both on the second page. Chelsea lost 5-4 in aggregate to PSV, but Liverpool knocked out Leverkusen on away goals and carry on to the quarters. How far can they go? They knock out, okay, they're going fair. They knock out Frankfurt, leaving them in the semis, which apparently we're not going to get to see. They're not that close. They got to the final. Did they win the final against Juve? They did. They won the Europa League. So Liverpool, despite their missing front three, still won the Europa League, and that's where we're going to finish off today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We certainly had some shocks, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the experiment. Check out the live streams during them Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. Please go subscribe. It's a huge man. If you like this experiment, stick a like to the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.